Hi, Messiah. Today has been an interesting Friday for me from a pastoral perspective. I was having kind of a busy background work, preparing sermons, thinking ahead about preaching calendars, agendas, leadership meetings I have, some coaching conversations I need to have. When my phone started buzzing and I got interrupted by a beautiful text from the leader or a leader in our prayer shawl ministry, Barb, who offered to give me a shawl, prayer shawl, that I could take down to Mike, who's been waiting for a heart transplant at the University of Chicago in Hyde Park. And I thought, great, that'll make it a cool visit. I'll go down to see him. I'll bring this and we'll pray over it. Well, I just kind of got done texting or calling, can't remember now, with Barb, and then I get a call from Jim, that big-hearted guy that is the big bike motorcyclist who gave a testimony at the end of last year about how he found Jesus and crumpled up in tears as he was a single parent with his son, and he did that after many years of hiding behind his tough guy mask. And well, anyway, he's no longer wearing a tough guy mask. He is fully out there in the joy of Jesus. He's fun to be around. Anyway, so then he tells me he's going down to see Mike, because he and Mike are in Pastor Chuck's Bible study on Saturday morning. And I'm like, well, that's awesome. How about you take the prayer shawl down? Then he'll get it sooner and you guys can pray together over it. So he did bring it down, and then I heard back from Mike, hey, Jim was here, and oh man, so it's been kind of cool. I've been just listening in or watching God work all around the edges. My alarm went off at 10:30 because I wanted to pray for a young woman in the church who was giving a eulogy at a friend's funeral, and I told Sarah I would pray at the time, and so I was able to do that, and I haven't checked yet how it went, but I'm sure I'll hear. Anyway, all these things were happening, and I think in the back of my mind, oh crud, I got to get this agenda done. I have to send these emails, and all this kind of connectional stuff that I love the most keeps pushing it off. And then I realize, you know what? The good thing about our church is that there is a lot of ministry that happens up front that connects to people. There's beautiful relationships that happen all around the edges, prayer, mutual support, helping one another. I was at the community meal on Wednesday night at the very end of it because I had a 90-minute phone call right when I should have gone through the doors. But there's all these good things that happen, but they're only happening in such an organized and empowering way because people behind the scenes really invest in making sure our property, our finances, our administrative systems flow well. Most of that, the centerpiece of that is our office manager, Lisa, but there's tons of volunteers who have all sorts of professional experience. Some of them are retired. Some of them are kind of working after hours, after their job's done. We just have good people in the background that help us keep Jesus front and center in the foreground. And if you're curious about our church's finances or questions about either our ministries in the background or the stuff that's up front on Sunday mornings or during the week, you're invited to our annual pre-congregational meeting, Town Hall Q&A, next Sunday. This would be January 18th at 10:45 a.m. after the 9:30 service. And then 2 weeks later is when we have our annual meeting. The town hall is when we share some updates and encourage questions from folks that might be of general interest or shared concern. And then the annual meeting is kind of a faster Robert's Rules of Order kind of moving set of brief reports and a few votes on the budget and on council member nominees. Anyway, if you do, by the way, if you have like micro topical, like unique to you kind of questions, these aren't the kind of meetings you bring those up. Our staff and our volunteer leaders are just about available anytime by phone or text or email. And we love to hear concerns because that makes us better, but also curious questions and our favorite cool ideas. So anyway, you can do that. But most of all, I want to say, this is part of being the church. We have the spirit heart stuff, and then we have the brain stuff that has to work behind the scenes and make sure that the heart is well cared for and the systems are working. I know the Bears-Packers game is Saturday night, and so one part of the church is going to come in a little bit dejected, and the other part of the church is going to come in potentially a little bit God-honoring, but still gloating. So as we pass the peace on Sunday, I'll be checking to make sure that what your heart says on the inside is nothing but kindness for your fellow worshipers. Anyway, got a great sermon on baptism and dedication this Sunday. I'm eager to see you there, and I wish you a great weekend. And go Bears. Bye.